I was just thinking about you running around with cuts on your ears you don't know about, and I thought about you with your blowing your nose with
paper towels.
Yeah, I'm going. This guy doesn't feel the fucking thing up there, man. It's like numbhead.
I just finished a roll. I gotta grab another roll, Jerry.
That poor fucking nose. You know they make tissue for that shit.
But if I'm just a simulation, I might as well break down the barrier, right?
If you're a simulation, might as well just have the good stuff. What the fuck? Go fuck around, rub that nose with sandpaper in a simulation. Do that shit in real life when you're broke. In here, man. Fuck that.
Okay, so I'm an optimizer. I like to think anyway. And if I have to have paper towels on my desk because I use paper towels for cleaning my desk and for cleaning up things that are like significantly dirty. You know, I need to wipe up a spill or clean up my desk for taking pictures. It's paper towels. I mean, I'd rather use real rags and stuff, but not quite there yet. So having tissues like Kleenex would be another footprint for me. Like I already have paper towels, now I need Kleenex just for my fucking nose, and it won't be for anything else. Okay, might be for some other stuff, but it's just I don't need two different paper fibrous throwaway materials here. I can just paper towels are fine.
Said the guy with 300 vapes behind him on a fucking show.
Yes, exactly. Footprints are important.
So you take that and I'll see if I can figure out how to talk about this topic.
Okay.
I figured we'd start out, you know, you got fucking Elon Musk running around talking about life's a simulation, or it could be a simulation. Have you heard that whole nice hit, man? That's beautiful. Yeah.
God.
See that? You only get that from the Rio. Yeah, I'm not even gonna rub that. Awesome.
Oh fuck. All right, Jerry. Talk to me about simulations. Do you think we're living in a simulation?
Well,
honestly, no.
He says it's 50-50. He's saying we're already making simulations. So if you assume any rate of improvement, eventually they'll get to where we can't tell the difference. And then if you look at how long it takes to do that, it doesn't take very fucking long once a civilization reaches a certain point of technology. Depending on how many civilizations you think are out there and how long they can last, there might be a real good chance we're in a simulation right now. Like we're just our own. We're a video game, or we're some kind of VR shit, or I don't know, man. It makes sense to me that this would be like the ultimate virtual reality. Where did you ever see that movie, The Game? Did you see that, Troy?
No, I haven't seen that movie. Whoops, that's not the right camera apparently.
You know, living life as an avatar is really just a kind of a way of saying, I'm not this body. I'm not these thoughts. I have thoughts. I'm currently inhabiting a body, but that's not my essence. That's not what I am. I'm the force, the soul, the life force, whatever you call it, that's occupying it at the moment. And when I started to see things that way, my body did become separate from me, but in a good way, like in a way that made it not a permanent bond, in a way that made me more compassionate for my body. The more aware I became of the separation, or that I wasn't that, the more aware I became of how I was treating it, and then how I wanted to treat it. And I don't know, there's just something about that concept that helps me quickly kind of step out and go, oh, wait a minute. I'm kind of absorbed right here. Let's kind of be a little more aware of everything and get some different perspectives to see outside of what I'm fucking visored into. You know what I'm saying? And that's more the spiritual side of the whole concept, as opposed to the other side, which is, we're a computer simulation. We're just putting coins in a machine and fucking around. And then there's everything in between.
They can overlap though, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think they're all perspectives on the same kind of concept. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I am not this body and I am a separate force that is going to be around after this body dissolves, then whether I come back or go somewhere else, that changes the perspective, the nature of the game. Shit, I left this on here. I mean, have you spent much time thinking about that, simulation shit and stuff like that that's been popular in the news in the last couple of years?
I haven't spent like thinking time on it, like probably not more than 10 minutes or some shit like that. It would be fun to think about it and to spend more time dwelling on it, like to actually spend it, like to go into like an isolation chamber, like go into a float tank and let yourself think about something deep like that.
Did you do that, or is that something that you wanted to do? I remember I've heard of that before.
I have done it. So what you call living your life as an avatar, Jerry, I believe a lot of people would call like enlightenment, like that level of separating like your mind from your spirit, from your body, like being consciously aware of that. Oh, here's one. So if you're living as an avatar, like your body is your vessel,
right?
Your vessel interacts with other vessels.
Mm-hmm.
Are those other vessels also inhibited by an avatar? Are we?
You mean are they avatars? My interaction with them is with their avatar.
Is that the case, or is it possible that other humans may or may not be conscious or avatar hosts? Like what if some humans are just humans and some other humans are like host, like for you? Like what if you're
some are users and some are AI,
some are NPCs.
There you go. NPCs, right on.
Not NPHs. There we go.
Right. I don't know. It might be. That'd be real interesting. I wonder how many of I had never really thought about how many NPCs were in this simulation.
Like who? Like what am I in your avatar world here?
Right.
And who am I? Is your personality arrangement pigeonholed in me as Troy also living as an avatar, or is he Troy with an avatar inside of him controlling him?
I've actually never considered that anybody would be an NPC. That's pretty fucking cool. I would say the Enlightenment perspective would say that everyone is another instance of a similar experience, a life force or a consciousness in each one of us, and that is really a greater consciousness that is experiencing itself through this universe. And because we're all the singular consciousness coming in here, that's why we're all kind of connected. So there's a connection there, I guess. But when I think of things that way, it kind of explains the desire for human connection. We always seem to have an inner desire to connect with others. We have a social need. We have this desire that I can't explain, that's a need to be close or understand, or at least at some point be able to connect. And it doesn't have to be like a lifelong deep thing, just to connect at some point, because then later on that connection's still there. But it's almost like, why do we have that desire? And if really that explanation is true, that would make sense of it. If we're just ourself trying to have fun in here and experience this place through ourself, and then when we get out we're all one thing, then that's why it's kind of, that would be like the ultimate part of it, is to connect. So in a simulation, to me, that's almost like the exact same kind of, it's a different perspective on the same facts, if that makes sense. Not that any of this is facts, but if we are dying, living, dying, and coming back and doing it again, playing this thing over and over as an avatar, re-entering the simulation, just another twist on the fractal. If you're into mathematics, there's other ways to there's other perspectives on it and ways to look at it.
Repeatable, but in the futuristic way where our own video games have not excelled. Because like when we play Super Mario, or when we play Zelda and we fail and we start over, we get to retain your memory of the enemies and the land and the tactics. But as this whatever we're in doesn't seem to be the case. When I started with nothing.
No memory of it, you mean, of anything?
Yeah.
Well, so if any of these things are true, that this is some kind of a repeat, we're going to do it again, we're out in the outside experiencing this through something.
In the fourth dimension.
Yeah. I mean, there's been different ways to look at it. Like, I mean, one guy I read or heard or something somewhere, I don't forget who it was talking about, well then, if we're in here simulated, it must be pretty boring out there. And that's one interpretation. I mean, maybe it's painful. Maybe this is the one that I think, I only saw one movie sort of like this, but I go, that's actually fucking plausible. Maybe this whole thing,
The Matrix,
is just some system like a Matrix, but really whatever we're doing, whether it's a left behind civilization or a simulation, for whatever reason that the caretakers are gone of the outside world, and it's just on autopilot, and there's no more, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're just in a system just going without any kind of reset button, all kinds of shit. Here we are. Maybe we're in one of those, and maybe Earth is just in general some kind of fucked up thing like that. And maybe whoever built this thing is going to come back and go, oh man, somebody forgot to turn the off switch when we left, and it is all fucked up down there or something. You know what I mean? Like when you open the fridge and the fucking thing's full of mold because you didn't seal it just right when you left, and now it's like all fucked up, and maybe that's what's going on. Or maybe it's like Rick and Morty, man, and we're just somebody's fucking car battery. We're nothing more than fucking powering a car battery, even beyond just societal traps. Just maybe this whole thing is just sucking energy, because maybe there's spiritual beings that feed off negative energy, and that's why this whole thing is going on. Who the fuck knows, man? There's all kinds of ideas out there, man. Beyond the typical, what I was raised with, which is you're here once, you die, and then you're eternally accountable one way or the other. So get your shit straight and don't fuck it up. And here's the whole things to be afraid of. And we're going to give you more all through your life, and be as afraid as you want. Just don't go out there and do anything stupid, because you'll fuck up the next one. If there's any truth to that, then it's a karmic thing, not a, I can't buy the whole reward thing that's simplified and other interpretations.
I used to believe that karma needed to be enforced sometimes. And that was my excuse for being evil.
For being evil.
I like to remember it as like, like the Dexter Morgan. Not that I fucking murdered people or anything like that, but like if people were assholes, then I was willing to do asshole things to them.
In the name of karma. I love you, man. Fuck doing good stuff in the name of karma. This guy needs an ass whooping right here.
it's time to rock a funky joint, Jerry's on point. When it's time to rock a funky jam, Troy's the man.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.